A Phantom Knight Horus pile for you. Blackwings are back at it again, and is that Earthbox as well? Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. You know, it's not every day that we see Phantom Knights kind of return back to being a deck that people want to opt to play at the moment. And I'll be honest with you, I was actually pretty impressed when I started seeing some, post Age of Overlord content out here where people are trying out, all these ideas. Now, let's be honest here. We typically see Phantom Knights, they tend to come out at the beginning of every format. It is usually the go-to fun deck that people want to explore. It happens all the time, all right? I'll be honest with you. I'm not all that surprised, and people tend to forget about this. Now, everybody keeps telling me, Robbie, the Horus package is going to change everything, all right? Like, this is the craziest deck to come out in years. Well, yeah, the Horus package is insane. It does fuel discard outlets, but much like, most of these other decks, this deck does look like it did win its key die rolls. And that's always going to be a contributing factor as to why a deck like this can do so well. If you win enough of those key dice rolls and you can go first, that adventure package is going to put you in an immense lead. You're going to be setting up, your double interruptions off the Fog Blades. A lot of builds aren't playing outs right now to Fog Blades, all right? This interruption, actually stopping your opponent from getting the chance to do something, is a lot more powerful than I think a lot of people tend to forget right now. Also, this deck also can make double SP Little Knight and actually, get it off because, turning one of these terrible cards into some extra fodder for an SP Little Knight. It does kind of go to prove that while we look at SP Little Knight, we're like, oh, this card's so insane. Having the multis of this actually does tend to work out. Outside of that, you're still doing the standard Phantom Knight combo with a stronger discard outlet and a lot more free friends that you get the chance to call on out. And I mean, that's going to put the deck in an immense position. What else we got back here? We have Blackwings with a Small World package. Now, the first thing that I'm going to tell you about anything typically related to Blackwings is it's going to depend on how you open up. Now, your Buy Steel package, actually watching the last YCS, taught me something. Buy Steels with the Assault Synchrons to get access to the generic Synchro packages of obviously Dispater and Chaos Angel. These cards are nuts. They're fantastic. But they are just kind of generic cards. They don't really do much besides, help the deck out and give it a consistent boost. Some of the bigger things that you're going to be setting up, the Blackwing Assault Dragon, you're still playing a Synchro Turbo deck at the end of the day. You kind of pick your flavor of how you want to play the combo lines and how you think that things are going to work out at the end of the day. Those are really, honestly, the biggest things that you got to consider. Also, somebody's going to be like, where's the triple black whirlwind? Honestly, I'd almost rather have like the extra hand traps, the splash kaiju in here. I think that this is just stronger than a lot of the other things that you could really have. 2 is fine because you have Simone. The one Wanting Moon is fine. To be honest with you, there's not really a lot of other things that you get with this deck. I guess you can make an argument, do you really need triple Assault Synchron? Yes. You're using this guy to roll on out into the big boys, all right? Like, access to these little extra deck stepping stones are here. Turning this crappy Blackwing Dragon into, a big, scary, wary, Chaos Angel does actually mean something in this deck, all right? Those powerhouse cards are going to do the job. Also, you are able to cheese your opponent with a Goes in Match. Yeah, the little recurring floodgates. Good stuff. Infinitrack, Earthbox, Machina, Giggity Pile. Alright, well, the first things I see here are 50 cards. I think that's fine. I don't see a reason as to why you don't have to play that. I also see that we have our Buy Steel package present here in the main deck. Triple Gear Frame, having a dedicated normal summon, is fine. Triple Regulus, very, very... This card's insane, honestly. Honestly, down here in the extra deck, you don't get a lot of real interchangeable room. I know a few people are going to be like, we just got SP Little Knight, you know? Like, that card is a crazy thing, all right? It's something that, you know, you want to play. I mean, yeah, until you get locked into a machine somewhere along the way and you're just like, oh, yeah, this is great. Also, only 2 talents with 1 thrust. I'll be honest with you, this is going to rub people the wrong way. I feel like people are going to want more of this. But you have to understand, you are trying to manage resources, all right? Like, you're already trying to shove in all of this monster interruption stuff in here. That way it kind of flows together and you're able to set up these strong interruption fields, all right? It also means you need cards that allow you to go second. That's where you get the Bysteals, that's where you get Ashes, and it's also where you're getting the books and the imperms here. You might not be optimizing on straight 3-ofs, but at the end of the day, you got to make cuts somewhere along the way. It's not like this deck is an incredibly crazy thing, but you have to make decisions. I mean, Urgent Schedule is still one of the craziest cards in this deck, too. I love this card, man. The stupid things you can do with this. Also, because we are playing the 1-up thrust, we can technically toggle on in to the Dark Ruler No More. Yeah, I love the look on my opponent's face. As I toggle into a Dark Ruler No More, they stare at me and go, I can't believe that you were just that good. Well, it does look that way, Duelist. What else we got back here? This is, wow, we're actually playing Supe Dustwalker. I have not seen anybody trying out Supe at all. Most of the builds have not even batted an eye at this, actually. There's the one obsessive Uvaloop. I'm not going to lie to you. This stupid card does so much. Once again, you have another Synchro pile here at 50 cards. That's going to rub people the wrong way. They're going to be like, no, you have to optimize this down to the perfect 40. I would argue that you could play 41. I don't really... If you are looking at this, let's draw a couple test hands here. Oh, look, Pot of Prosperity with Gaia and the Designator. Wow, it's busted. All right, we don't have anything to worry about there. We got a pretty big Resonator hand here. This kind of saddens me a little bit, but it's fine. Hey, we got more Resonators, and we have the Archfiend, and we also have the Pot of Prosperity. So we could technically go ahead, do combo, and then filter. If we were to filter before, I mean, your choices are probably going to be these 6, which gets you into a Resonator call, I guess, if you really wanted there. Hey, you know, this hand's awful. Not just kidding. It's pretty okay. Anytime I see this card, we're getting places. Wow, Talents and Pot of Prosperity. That's pretty good. Yeah, looking at this, I don't have a problem with playing so many cards in the build. Somebody might be like, well, you're actually playing a Fiendish Chain? And then cut it. It's fine. It's a little tech choice. This particular build actually ended up doing relatively well on a localized event. I know people are like, oh, locals, make it stop. No, I think that this is by far one of the most interesting things you can have. And especially, you know, the Supe stuff being kind of free stuff for Synchro Stepping Stones. It's actually pretty good. I have nothing else too crazy to say about this list. Ratios look fine. It's a much different take to Red Dragon than we've seen so far. And our last list here, holy moly, it is actual Neos and friends. We are actually playing the Hummingbird, the Aqua Neos, oh my gosh, the whole squad is here. On 11 monsters in the main deck, by the way. I'm genuinely impressed. First of all, I always love these little Neos builds that come out because you cry automatically because Air Neos is a card. You're like, oh wow, you know, somebody just wanted to flex. Yeah, well, that's what happens when Konami isn't able to reprint something. I also see, wow, we are packing in triple E and shuffle cards busted. The Engaged Neo space, okay, that's pretty cool. And I also see that we are playing the Favorite Contact in here as well. Of course, all standard stuff. And I see we're playing some Book of Eclipses here to kind of toggle down anything that the opponent might be throwing at us that might look like a problem. All right, I mean, this side deck, all 5 of these cards are going to be cards that are going to allow this deck the chance to stay in the game. And trust me when I say this, this deck has some god-awful matchups. Oh my gosh. Some of them are the absolute worst. All right, and to see that somebody said, you know what, we're going to change the entire dynamic of the hero deck. We're going to go actually play Neos and Friends so that you can make the big, scary Cosmo Neos. That's what I want to see. It's the kind of stuff. I wish we could play Armed Neos, but you know, it's okay. We don't always have to play all the bad cards. So what do you guys think about these lists. Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I love these cool ideas, man. These are always right. You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.